Welcome to the Friday edition of Dolphins in Depth, a podcast provided to you by the Miami Herald. I am Omar Kelly, Miami Herald columnist. Joining me is Isaiah Smalls, Miami Herald's beat reporter. Isaiah, the Dolphins have Sunday's contest against the Buffalo Bills. I always say Daddy's coming home. He wants to visit his kids. He wants to take them to the park. You know, he's checking on mama, seeing if she need a little money. Because Josh Allen has whooped up on the Dolphins. For the majority of his career, he's only suffered 2 losses to Miami. A question I have for you, Isaiah, is does Miami's earlier fourth quarter loss to the Buffalo Bills on the road make you feel confident that this team is closer to playing with Buffalo?
No, not at all. For a couple of reasons, right? One, this is a different team. There's no Jaelan Phillips, right? And let's take it a step further. There's no Chop Robinson, who is doubtful. You know,
there's no Tyreek Hill too.
There's no Tyreek Hill.
No Rasul Butler. No Rasul Douglas.
Yes, no Rasul Douglas. Okay, showing off the ball knowledge right there with the Rasul Butler. That's a good.
It's a Miami Heat player. Come on.
I don't mean that. He a hooper nonetheless. But nah, I just think this is a drastically different team, and this will be the true test. As we talked about several times.
The test of what?
Can I finish my statement? Good God, damn. This is going to be the true test of whether this team still believes in Mike McDaniel. Because after, like we said, no Rasul, no JP, no Chubb.
Hold up. You're telling me the toughest opponent on your schedule is going to be the measuring stick on whether or not this team still believes in Mike McDaniel?
Yes, and this is why, right? If you can't compete with the top dog in your division,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
What are we doing this? What are we doing this for? Because we
haven't been able to compete with the top dog in the division.
You haven't, but let's look around. Let's look around and survey the fields. You know who's coming up? The Patriots, right? And you know who might be beating you at tanking? The Jets.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So, to me, this is the measuring stick on
Dolphins aren't tanking, by the way. This is not a tank.
I don't look. If you don't believe that this is a tank,
no. This is not a tank.
I got some beachfront property in Las Vegas to sell you.
This is not a tank. This
according to the former GM, this is not a tank.
No. According to me, who is king of tank for Tua, this is not a tank. When you tank, you strategically put your team in the worst position to play every Sunday. Mm-hmm. If the Dolphins were tanking, Isaiah Johnson would be on the field, not Ethan Bonner. No disrespect, Isaiah Johnson. No disrespect. But
wait. Let's take a step back. I think I understand what you're saying. Ethan Bonner is going to be on the field, and I think that might be very close. I don't want to say it's close to tanking, but it's
don't do Ethan like that.
Favorable position. I'm convinced we watched 2 different tapes from the games that he's been in, because I don't see what everyone sees is so promising and so, oh my God, I see the flashes. I don't see that personally. I just don't. And so he's gonna get a chance to go out there on Sunday. And look, I talked to him today. I was the only person to talk to him today. It seemed like no one cared. If Joe Shad from the Palm Beach Post was there, he would have cared. But it was just me and him. And so for me, look, I want him to do well. I want to be proven wrong. I think when I speak about guys and all this stuff, and I'm sure it is with you too, it's not personal. We don't have an agenda. I personally could care less whether you ball or put up a stinker, to be honest. But what I have to do is my job. And what my job is to analyze what you put out and then project what you're going to do in the future.
Okay. No
From
problem.
the tape that I've seen, I am not confident. What does give me, I'm not confident in his overall ability to go out there, start, and play well. Okay. Play to help lead the team to victory. What I am confident in, what gives me a little bit of confidence, though, just to play devil's advocate, is they don't really have receivers like that. I thought Keon Coleman was going to be that guy. After that, breakout game 1, he hasn't really done much since, right? So that to me is a point of, a point of promise. But at the end of the day, this team's going to play a lot of 12 personnel, a lot of 13 personnel. They're going to try to run the ball down your throats and get it to the tight ends. Have the Dolphins been successful defending the tight ends for the last couple years? No, they have not. And that's what gives me cause for
Have
concern.
have they been good at stopping the run? No, they have not.
No, they have not. And to be honest, I just looked at it. They're not the worst team against the run anymore. They're just now the third worst, So there's a little bit of
A little bit of progress. Let me say this about this stretch, because we talked about tanking. This is not a tank. If it's a tank, it's an organic tank. It's not meant to tank.
Real organic.
And let's be real about it. They're not worse than New Orleans. They're not worse than the Jets. They got to really work hard to be worse. And truthfully speaking, that's not going to solve your problems as a team.
Wait.
But
can you confidently say that
they're not worse than New Orleans? And I mean, this team can beat anybody except the winning teams, and they could also lose to anybody. So yeah, I could say that. The Jets, I'm not sure the Jets are going to get another win this season. I mean, they're pretty bad.
Yeah, I think
the point they're starting quarterbacks talking about crying in his closet. Like they're that bad.
Chill. I mean, look, bro, when you're
this is an important message on mental health. If you need help, there are hotlines and numbers to call. I think you can call *89, and there's a therapist or trainer that will talk. Not trainer, but clinician that will talk to you. Listen. There's no reason to commit suicide like a Dallas Cowboy did the other day. And sometimes people are a little manic. So if you need help, seek it out. But on that note,
you can't do that. You can't go back and forth.
I just said he was crying in the closet.
But then you look, go ahead, keep going.
This NFL is a tough place. There's a lot of pressure involved.
There is.
Like Tanner Conner got cut this week. You know why this is important, Isaiah?
What?
Because one, this is the first player the Dolphins have cut this season that actually made their 53-man roster.
Yes.
Now, he's probably going to be back on the practice squad, maybe tomorrow. I think Mike McDaniel sort of hinted they had a future with him. They worked out some linebackers. They worked out some offensive linemen, both positions that this team clearly needs help in. But Tanner Conner is an important example because he had 2 weeks to step up and fill the void at tight end when Darren Waller was gone. And what happened? They couldn't count on him. They couldn't rely on him. And Greg Dulcich showed up and showed more in one game than Tanner Conner had shown in 4 seasons. Now, that's not saying I'm done with Tanner Conner or you got to throw him to the side. But this is what this stretch of season should be about. We have spent so much time investing in the Keon Smiths and the Tanner Connors and the Ethan Bonners and the Juju Brents. He just got here, but Juju Brents. Dolphins need to find out who can actually play, because if I put you out there in a position like Rasul Douglas is out with that foot injury. Let's say he's out 2 weeks. Ethan Bonner should get plenty of run. Can he play or can he not play? Are we wasting our time? Because when an NFL player gets that opportunity, he needs to seize it. He needs to make the best of it.
I agree. No, I 100% agree with you. And I think we'll find that out this weekend, right? Because not only are we talking about the cornerback position, we're also talking about the edge rusher position too, right? Obviously, Matthew Judon doesn't really need to prove anything to anybody, right? He's a guy that's been here for a while. But what about a Cameron Good who might get some run?
Yeah.
What about a Quentin Bell who, it showed flashes last year?
Cameron Good is on that investment list. If I could only count on you for special teams, why are you here? I will say this. The one thing, and this is something that I did not think about until this very moment. You brought it up, not this very moment, earlier today. You brought it up. They play a lot of 22 set. They play 2 tight ends, if not 3 tight ends, especially against the Miami Dolphins. That's how you would beat them. Yeah. Like, force the defensive tackles on the field, run at them, they struggle covering tight end. Maybe Willie Gay gets into the mix. But my question to you is, who the hell is going to cover tight ends now that Jaelan Phillips is gone?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to actually rely on some Willie Gay because he is their best coverage linebacker. Outside of that, I mean, you have Minka in the nickel now, right? They feel a lot more confident with Dante Schrader back there, as they should. And
Minka actually said today, I just want to get this on the record.
Yeah.
He actually embraces the nickel, playing the nickel, which is coincidental because him being forced to play the nickel was the reason he left, was one of the reasons that he left.
I think a lot of, as Weaver said last year when it came to Jalen Ramsey, you want to have your best players around the ball, right? And Minka is one of the best players on that defense. And so the closer he is to the ball, the better. The more he can affect things. Will there be mistakes? Sure. But this is football, right? Like, it's not about when you make a mistake. It's about how quickly you can respond to it. So I'll be interested to see what happens. Because look, I think at the end of the day, when they're running these 12 sets, even these 13 sets, right? You have to be ready for both the pass and the run because they're going to do both effectively. And maybe that does require some Willie Gay snaps, right? Maybe that, because at this point, this is what I wrote yesterday when addressing the Rasul Douglas potentially not playing. Like, look, like, you're 2-7. You got to just start throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you haven't, whatever game plan you had in the season, it's obviously gone so far off the rails that, like, you have to try something else. Like, people love to say that Albert Einstein said this one quote where that is what the definition of insanity is doing the same thing multiple times. That Albert Einstein didn't say that. Nonetheless, it doesn't take away from the validity of the quote. Like, if you keep trying the same thing, thinking, expecting different results, you're wild, you're crazy. And so whether that is maybe giving Willie Gay some snaps, like the point about Juju Brents, like, he's the only corner with actual starting experience, specifically on the outside, and he was an early round draft pick. To me, yesterday, when Weaver was asked, is Bonner the next guy up, or what are you gonna do? And he said yes, Bonner, and also Jason Marshall Jr. To me, I was dumbfounded because I'm like, okay, I understand this, but you're really gonna make the rookie who has played outside his own career. Y'all had the idea to move him to the inside, and now you're gonna move him back to the outside. That's insane. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's.
I mean, they're doing a lot of. They're doing here's my thing, and I agree with you. And I actually asked Mike McDaniel about that in terms of his 6 offensive linemen, jumbo package, whatever you want to call it. And he was like, sometimes doing things out of necessity can unearth something that's more productive. I am of the opinion, and very strong opinion, that their 6 offensive lineman package is what they should be investing in more. Should be their base offense, because Tua needs more protectors than he actually needs weapons. And if you don't realize that, then something is wrong with you, because it's clear as day. And half the time you're leaving tight ends in the block. So you could make the tight end go out. You could not make the tight end go out. Listen, but that's besides the point. But they have to try things. I'm curious to see what they do at safety. Obviously, Dante Trader stepping up, elevating his role as the free safety. How are they going to play Minka? Are they going to play him at small safety? Are they going to play him at nickel? I'm curious to see what they do on the boundaries. Now, this is a good game for Minka to play nickel, because whether you put a tight end or a slot in there, he doesn't have to move. He doesn't have to shift. And I'm pretty sure he'd cover Knox. So
Knox and Kincaid, yeah, that's real.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they manage that. They've also got to replace D. Eskridge, who's not going to be the kickoff returner. Is Taj Washington going to get another run?
Oh, he is.
You are wiser than me in surmising, hey, you go with 2 running backs, you could find yourself in trouble. Well, it looks like I'm pretty sure Mike learned a lesson, so he's definitely going to have to activate 3 running backs. Mm-hmm. But Taj Washington, are they going to find a way to get him in the game primarily as a punt returner? These are all things that the Dolphins have to overcome and address, but that's what every single NFL team has to do on a weekly basis. This is nothing foreign to them. They got to do it, and they got to do it against the best opponent on their schedule, which is going to be a tremendous challenge. Now, Isaiah, you know what the Bills have done. You know how they are. Yeah, and they're trailing right now the New England Patriots in the division. It's got to be an uncomfortable spot for them. Josh Allen doesn't know nothing about that.
Welcome to competition in the AFC East.
Hey, there was a moment in 2023 where the Dolphins actually had the lead.
They did. I remember. I watched that final game in New York City with one of my friends who's a huge Bills fan. I watched that game rooting for the hometown team. We're not the hometown team, but the team that
and they shot themselves, in the foot as they usually do. But they could have fixed. If they beat Tennessee, they would have won the division. But they didn't. So you are where you are, and you made the bed. Now it's time to lay in it. Obviously, Tua's got to play a clean game. He's got some issues that he's got to address. You can go to my column where I address Tua's situation, what he's trying to feel like himself again, and the contract, which I learned based on a $15 million option bonus. Tua's going to be paid $55 million next season, completely guaranteed. So you better figure out what you're going to do. Actually 54 or 55 is guaranteed. He's got a workout. He's got a roster and a workout per game and workout bonuses for $1 million. But besides that point, it'll be interesting to see how Mike McDaniel coaches, whether this team commits to fighting for him. Stop. It's $55 million. Yeah, it is. It's the final guarantee portion of the bill. All right. Listen.
God almighty.
Listen. The question is, will this team show up for Buffalo on Sunday at home? It's going to be a crazy Buffalo Bills crowd. What is your prediction, Isaiah?
Yeah, if I could look, I might go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 41 to 6.
Oh, okay. You're predicting an embarrassing blowout.
Bills. My bad. 41 to 6 Bills. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not giving the Dolphins much of a chance again.
Damn.
Yeah.
You think
I saw our good brother Hal Habib did 42 to 10. Bills, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to copy this score.
So you think the Bills are about to give Mike McDaniel his death blow?
You can call it whatever you want. I mean, it's not going to be a death blow because he's still going to go out. The odds of them firing the coach and then sending some other guy to Madrid, like that just doesn't. It's very slim.
I lose by 30-something points. I might consider it, but anyway,
I don't know, man. Because then what you gonna go? Because when you talk to a lot of the players today about the ability to go to Spain and you're growing the game, right? Like that's cool, right? But you're gonna grow. But what the last thing you want to do is to try to grow the game with like a
massive change in your preparation.
Yeah, like let's not. It there's already a high chance that it could be. Tua versus Marcus Mariota, right? Which no one, paid to see, right? But look, if it's Tua versus Mariota with, insert name here at head coach, like that would be even crazier. So maybe after that game, you got some time, you got 2 weeks, to get your stuff together. Maybe, right. But
we'll see what happens. I'm predicting a Bills 24-20 loss. Putting the Dolphins. Yeah, man. The Dolphins maybe.
Wait, what?
24-20.
24-20
Bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Dolphins. You got me swearing for a second.
Anyway, on that note, we will be back Monday on Dolphins in Depth. See you later.